Alright, welcome back. Turn 20. Let's get right into it. Still no magic sites, even on this throne province. So, we'll keep searching. Also recruiting some satyrs. Oh, right. These guys can't actually lead that many satyrs. But just trying to clean up the unrest in this province here. But we're just going to keep moving around and searching. Some blood slaves over here. And no blood slaves over here. Doesn't mean we won't stop trying, though. Event. Some flooding. Let's watch this battle here. So this is Phasia attacking Ulm. And boy, is there a lot going on. So we've seen the Ulm force. Ulm has their dragon and horse tribe, some crossbowmen, a bunch of these halberdiers. And Phasia. Phasia has some spearmen. These look like a mercenary band. They've got their god. Johnny probably doesn't like this. He's not like super repelly, but he's going for that a little bit. So he's got the pike and the pearl. His attack is only 19, so this isn't going to repel that much, but it's still decently effective. He also has this helmet of invisibility, and that's just built into the Titan of the Underworld, which makes him invisible, which means that everybody trying to attack him gets -10 and basically misses all the time. He's just 4 earth, 3 death, very small there, with a bless of just reinvig +2. He's also got this Storm Captain with a Banefire Blade. This comes online at Construction 4. Gives some Fear and Decay. And this Colossi Weaver. We've got some random infantry. They're nowhere near as good as Almish infantry, and they can't pierce the black plate. And then another Colossi Weaver, this guy with some pearls. Alright, let's watch. So, some Iron Skin on him, bringing him up to protection 28. And Mist Warriors. All of these guys summon Mist Warriors, and what these guys do is they are ethereal spirits with a mist bow. Mist bow, if it hits you, it does false fetters. Well, it does false fetters, area of effect 1 to the space it hits. And you see the false fetters taking effect. And the way false fetters works is you have to make a magic resistance check of 20 to get out of them, which these Ulmish guys are basically never going to make. So the result is that Ulm has these awesome cavalry that are just getting tied up by the false fetters. Eventually, some of them make it to the line, but the Mist Warriors just keep on firing. Here comes the Titan. He's just gonna walk up and start poking them. Meanwhile, here's the dragon. The dragon could have done a ton of work on these guys, because it doesn't give a fuck about... Well, I guess that's not true. His magic resistance is only 15. He could have cast a spell like... I forget the name of the magic resistance spell, Iron Will, if he had researched it. In any case, he spent all of his fatigue casting Legions of Steel to give a pretty minor protection buff to dudes that didn't really need it. Result being that he runs around for a bit and then falls asleep. Meanwhile, all of his troops are tied up and just slowly getting pecked down by chip damage and a Titan. So this was very good counter devised by Facia. Like, I was wondering what Facia was going to uncork, but these Mist Warriors are really good. And the result is that, like we see here, Facia just kind of takes them out one by one. Occasionally one of them will break free. These guys are starting to run because they broke free and saw what happened. At this point, the dragon's still in the thick of it. He's not scared. He's awake, he's breathing dragon gas, and dragon gas is pretty effective against Facia, but with all of the horsemen dead, he decides to think better of it. Which is probably for the best for him, because only the dragon gas could affect Facia's Titan, and he's got enough HP that he could just tank all of them. Well, is that true? He also has this poison cloud. Meh. Well, we're not going to see that either way right now. So the result was a smashing victory for Facia. They lost this mercenary and half of their infantry, but they wiped out the Black Knights and basically forced Ulm to retreat. Meanwhile, and I didn't get a video of this battle, but evidently Pangea is hanging out here on top of Ulm. So Ulm's getting double teamed. This is keeping my neighbor Pangea busy. So I'm just going to keep investing in myself. I've got enough land that I don't need to try to eat someone right away. I'm thinking that at some point I might eat Arcocephale, but I've got no rush to do that. I'll always have numbers on them. Both A, because they only have, 7 provinces, and B, because I'm a blood nation. So, nature gems from Cymbeline, lost some population, some fortress stuff. But other than that, I'm just going to keep investing. Over here, getting a Dogfather and a Reaver. Income's still not great, but as we get more forts online, that'll help. Unfortunately, this fort here is a Piconnier fort, which I do not like at all. Oh, that guy can start researching. These Piconniers, they're decently efficient researchers, but they're not actually going to make any type of waves in combat. These guys are cheap, I guess, but they don't even take up that much space because they're size 1. And I prefer cheap guys to actually take up a lot of space. I know that many folks would disagree, but having cheap guys take up space for big area effect stuff that your opponents try to drop on you. They do have these soldiers and spearmen who actually have pretty high protection and defense for being tiny little fuckers. But this guy only does 11 damage because they don't lift. And the result of that is that, sure, you get a lot of attacks, but you need their dice to explode to even have a chance of hurting whomever they're fighting. And I don't know. I don't like these guys, is long and short of it. These guys are stealthy, I guess, but I've got other stealthy dudes. So at some point I'll put a temple there and start getting some what are those things called? Yeah, some of these abbot sages. I'm recruiting abbot sages down here, but it's not ideal. I was definitely hoping for some Femini, which I'm gonna build a fort here as soon as I get the money for it, so I'll give me another chance at it. On the periphery, doing some preaching and some mobilization, just trying to spread my dominion to all my lands so I get the benefit from my scales. and we'll go from there. I'm also trying to scout out Pythium and Banderlog. Banderlog is definitely a wild card to me. They've got as much land as I do. They know what they're doing, and if you watch videos from my Corona Rex game, they were playing Pythium in that game, and they certainly gave me quite a fight of it in times, and that was while 1v2ing me and Asphodel. So Banderlog is concerning to me. I just want to make sure that I can have enough forces to bring into the area as needed. But in any case, I'll keep building forts. I'm sending troops, so 2 turns from now I'll attack this throne, and we'll see what that is, and we will go from there. So, as always, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on turn 21.